And here I use the background colors, headings and heading to which I have applied on my that web pages. I link with this web page. I use the inline CSS to connect these two pages, sir.
Okay. Fine. Okay, done. So you created one page or you created more than one page?
So that means I was practicing on another page, and this is my final page which I created, sir.
Okay. Very good, man. Thank you.
Thank
So
you, sir.
Ashwin, right now you are in level 2, right?
Sir, can I stop sharing, sir?
Yeah, you can stop sharing. Yeah, Ashwin, you can, you said you are just doing the last homework, correct?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so you can share your screen and you can show the whatever homework you have completed so far, you can just show that.
Okay, sir.
Okay, just share it. I'll come back in a couple of minutes. I just share and be there. I'll come back. I have a visitor in the office. So I'll just come back. Give me a couple of minutes.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, sorry, Ashwin. Sorry, Nazia.
Okay, sir.
So Ashwin, you can, so which homework are you going to show me right now?
My last homework, sir. Level 2.
Okay, that is the autocomplete.
I'm not, yes, sir. I'm not completely done. It was partially done, sir.
Okay, no problem. Just show me what all you have done.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
So in jQuery, we have used an autocomplete, sir.
Just 1 minute. Nazia, what you can do is you can restart your computer and join again so that your
What, sir?
video will work.
I restart again and join again, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. Give me 5 minutes.
so that your video will start. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Ashwin,
Thank you.
continue.
Sir, first of all, I do this in a do this in this web page to create an model, sir. Even listener.
Okay,
This will alert an entire HTML page with a single page, sir. With same page web page.
okay. Why are you creating like that? Why are you creating that entire .html and all that? Why are you doing that?
It is useful to after the running after running this page, this will create an it will create an model, sir, to show to show it with client.
Okay, show me.
So this is web page, sir.
Hmm.
In jQuery, if we'll click in this service, it will show, sir.
Okay.
It's not working.
Okay. Take your time, fix it. Let us see how you fix it.
Okay, sir.
Okay, Ashwin, can you show me the previous homework, the homework before this?
Yes, sir. Forms I have created.
Okay, show me that. And you have saved it in the database also.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, show me that.
So this is a form page, sir.
Hmm.
Here you have enter name,
Okay.
Ashwin. Age it will be divided by three, sir.
Okay.
So given 30. Make choose some language. Intensity.
Okay, choose all the three languages.
Okay, sir. So here the form details are name, age is
Okay.
divided.
Okay, show the database.
Here is a name demo database name.
Okay.
This it will store in person table.
Okay.
At last I have created will this my name Ashwin,
Okay.
mail Chennai.
Okay. Show the language table.
So it will source language sir. This database.
Where is the person ID?
Person ID is one.
Show me.
Sir,
Show me in the person table, person ID being one. So what is the person ID?
person ID 12 sir.
Okay. So what happened?
It will source an ID for everything for one sir.
Yeah. Can you please check the code right now and tell me what is the problem?
Here I given the value for this one sir.
Okay. Why?
Here I have to make that ID with this
Okay. Make it.
with the person table.
Okay. How are you inserting the language in different rows? How are you doing that? How are you inserting the three languages?
Hello, sir.
Sir,
Yeah, ma, welcome back.
So sorry, sir.
Yeah, please don't hold your mic like that. Hold it on the wire. Don't catch the mic. Hold it on the wire.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so Ashwin, how are you
sir,
storing the language separately? Individually, how are you storing?
for using for each sir.
Okay, where?
Here sir.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
Sir, first we have to get an language from the user, sir.
Okay.
It will store as a new variable as a language.
Okay.
It will echo it this what the languages are selected. Those languages are stored here, sir.
Okay. Show me where how you are storing. How you are saving it in the database. The language.
Here I am using that variable name on the language, sir, for here.
Okay. So
Get
now if you select 3 times, 3 different languages, how are
yes,
you
sir.
saving how are you saving it 3 times? That is my question. Did you understand my question?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. So how are you saving 3 times? Are you sure
Yes,
this is the correct page?
sir.
Are you sure that this is the correct page?
Yes, sir. But
Form
now
process.php is the
let's
correct page. So this is the correct page.
sir.
So is this the correct page?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, so how are you saving it 3 times in your database?
Just give some time, sir, to make it, sir.
Yeah,
It will store only.
yeah. Please take your time. You go to your database, go to the table, language table. Yeah. So here you can see in language table, you got something like Tamil, English, and Hindi.
Yes, sir.
So how did you get that? How are you getting it separately like that? That's my question.
It will store all the three values, sir. For same person, it will get three languages.
Yeah, ma. So how are you storing that separately? Tamil, English, Hindi. How are you storing it in 3 different rows? Show me that in the code. Did you understand my question or my
I
question
have to
is
create. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have to create in new column, sir,
no,
for
ma,
the
that is
language.
not my question. My question is how did you store this in 3 times? Tamil, English, Hindi. How did you store it? How did you store it? You know what does how means?
Yeah, yes, sir.
What does how mean? Tell in Tamil.
எப்படி
Correct. Exactly. That is what I'm asking. How did you store it? Show me that in the code. In the code.
Yes, sir. This is a language name of the table, sir.
Yeah. So how did you store it 3 times?
It will here we have variable name language, sir. Here we are getting languages from here. From here, it will get in languages. So that I have
So
created this variable.
how will it save 3 times, ma? You have one SQL query here.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So how will it save 3 times? And that too, that is only the SQL query. Where are you executing that query? Okay, below that you are executing it. So how are you doing it 3 times? That is my question. How are you inserting that row 3 times? Tamil, English, Hindi. How are you in doing it 3 times?
Don't know, sir. It
Who wrote this code?
sir.
Who wrote this code?
I am only, sir.
Then why you don't know how it is written?
Sir, I know about this, sir, but I don't know about how to print the 2 or more 3 values, sir. This is
Sir,
the
can
format of for.
sir, can I
So,
just switch off my video for 2 minutes, sir? It's an
Yeah,
urgent call.
yeah, sure. இல்லப்பா சி அஸ்வின், நான் சொல்றது உனக்கு புரியுதான்னு எனக்கு தெரியல. நான் உனக்கு என்ன கேக்குறேன்னா, 3 தவணை எப்படி நீ அது சேவ் பண்ண? How did you save the language for 3 times? இங்க வந்து ஒரே ஒரு query தான் இருக்கு. அந்த லைன் 84ல பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரே ஒரு query லைன் தான் இருக்கு. அத அப்ப எப்படி 3 தவணை நீ சேவ் பண்ணிருக்கேன்னு கேக்குறேன் நான்.
அதுல 3 தடவை சேவ் ஆகல சார். சேவ் 1 டைம் தான் சார் சேவ் ஆயிருக்கு.
ஏன்? அப்ப 3 வேல்யூ எப்படி சேவ் பண்ண போற? அப்ப இவ்வளோ நேரம் நான் இங்கிலீஷ்ல கேட்டது ஒண்ணுமே புரியலையா?
புரிஞ்சுது சார்.
அப்ப ஏன் இந்த பதில் சொல்லல நீ? 3 தவணை சேவ் ஆகல சார், ஒரே ஒரு தவணை தான் சார் சேவ் ஆயிடுச்சுன்னு ஏன் சொல்லல இது வரைக்கும்? அதுதானே நான் கேட்டுட்டு இருந்தேன். ஹவ் ஆர் யூ சேவிங் இட் 3 டைம்ஸ்? அதுக்கப்புறம் என்ன ரிப்ளை? நோ சார், இட் இஸ் சேவிங் ஒன்லி 1 டைம். ஃபினிஷ். அது சொல்லாம லாஸ்ட் 5-10 மினிட்ஸா நான் பேசிட்டே இருக்கேன், நீயும் ஏதேதோ பேசிட்டு இருக்க. இங்கிலீஷ்ல கேட்டது புரிஞ்சுதா?
புரிஞ்சுது சார்.
அப்ப ஏன் ரிப்ளை பண்ணல?
நீ எப்படி திரும்ப மறுபடி 3க்கு எப்படி சேவ் பண்ணுவீங்கன்னு கேட்டீங்கன்னு நினைச்சேன் சார். நான் அதுக்கு தான் சொல்யூஷன் சொல்லி.
சரிப்பா. What it basically shows is you have a big challenge with communication. So you will have to focus on your communication. Okay,
Okay, sir.
Ashwin. So now Ashwin, how will you save it 3 times now? Next is how are you going to save it? Now it is saving only for 1 time. How will you save it for 3 times?
I write in query for next to
Okay.
save it in this language, sir.
Okay, you will write a query again. Okay, so what if there are 10 languages, and if the person selects 8 languages out of 10, then what you will do? You understood the question?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so you please fix that first. Whatever you are doing, please write down what all corrections you have to make.
Yes, sir.
What is the first correction?
To insert an languages 2 or more values in this database.
Before that, you are supposed to be inserting the person ID correctly. You made some changes, but you please test it whether it is coming correctly or not.
Okay, sir.
That is the first correction. Second correction is how many ever languages they select. If it can be 1, 2, 3 or even more also, all those things should come in the table one after the other with the correct person ID.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so these are the 2 changes you have to make in this module.
Okay, sir.
Is it clear? And one more thing, Ashwin, that you have to do is please call Preeti and tell her that you want to join the communication group. We have a communication group where one of our team members is teaching communication for free.
Okay, sir.
So you can call her and tell Preeti that Mr. Thomas told me to join the communication group. So please add me to the communication group. So Preeti will add you to the communication group.
Okay, sir.
Because basic communication is important. If you are unable to communicate in English and understand such questions and answers, then it will be very, very difficult for you to understand the scope of the project. To come up with some discussion in the project, it will be very difficult. So communication is little important. So you please join that communication group and follow the instructions there, and please improve on your communication. Okay, so these are the 2 corrections you have to make here. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay, any question you have?
Oh, no, sir.
No.
I
Okay.
will correct it and I will give
Yeah.
and give it to the correct solution, sir.
Yeah. So tomorrow, when you are presenting, you can say how you solved both of these things.
Okay, sir.
Okay. In tomorrow's presentation, you can do that. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Great. Great. Okay. So Nazia, you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So Nazia, what all homeworks did you complete apart from the first one? What else did you complete?
Sir, means what? All the basics of HTML and CSS I have completed, sir. And
Okay.
now currently I am working. Means I am learning bootstraps. Okay,
Okay.
and I know the basics. I little bit I know the basics of bootstraps also, and I am working. Doing my homework also today at night. It will be completed, sir. And if I face any problem or difficulties, I will ask you tomorrow.
Okay. So do you have any questions right now with Bootstrap? Nothing.
No, sir. What I am learning, it is clear.
It is clear only. Okay. Done. So what I will do right now is I'll just share my screen and we'll continue discussing where we stopped. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we discussed a little bit till I think till here we discussed till here. So I'm not going to discuss this because both of you already know this and Nazia is already in the bootstrap. So I will not cover either of these things. Okay. But however, Nazia, if you have any questions tomorrow, definitely we'll discuss. Clear? Okay. So, Ashwin, do you have any questions you want to ask with respect to PHP? Not the homework question, but anything basic, fundamental. Do you have any questions?
No, sir. After I will complete it, I will definitely ask you questions, sir.
Okay, done. Okay, man. So fine. So what I will do is I will start off telling about PHP now. So Nazia, anyway, you said that you will be finishing Bootstrap today night. So this will be a good input for you so that tomorrow morning onwards or today night you can start PHP. Okay, so I will start off a little bit with PHP right now.
Okay.
Okay, great, great. Okay. So first is what is server and client side programs, server and client programs. Of course, Ashwin knows about this, but I'll still repeat. He is also part of our level 2. So obviously, you know, but I'll still repeat so that Nazia also understands a little bit. So basically, the server side is something that is centrally kept at one location. For example, when you are using Gmail, okay, whenever you are using the Google email, that is Gmail, you can access that mail on your mobile or you can access it on your laptop or you can even travel to some other state or city and you can access the same email. Okay, so what is happening is that email software and that email content is in a central server somewhere. It is kept centrally in one particular location. And whenever you're opening it on your phone or on your laptop, you're basically pulling the data onto your device. Okay. So your phone or laptop is basically the front end, which is usually the browser or the mobile app, and the backend, whatever software is there, that is sitting on a server somewhere centrally, either in US or in Europe or in India, wherever the servers are there, it is sitting over there. So we have something called server side programs and front end programs. Okay. So what happens is all these websites that we are opening, whenever we are opening, like for example, if you open rejola.com or training.rejola.com, what is happening is from the server, that is from the hard disk, some instructions are only coming. That is HTML tags. It is just coming like a string. It is just coming like a file. It is not coming in a particular layout. Okay, or that arrangement and all that is not coming. Only some instructions are coming from the server, and that those instructions or the HTML code is converted into a layout by the browser. The browser is taking that instruction and converting it into a particular layout. Okay, so the browser is the front end, or the mobile app is the front end, and the hard disk where the files are stored, that is the server side programs. Okay, so what happens is, why is a server side program required? What is the reason? The reason is you can access it from any device, you can access it from any location. There is no, with a user ID and password, you can access, for example, your email, you can access it from any device and any location. Okay, so because there is a server side program, you can access it from anywhere. The same way this training.rejola also, this website, you can access it anywhere. You can access it on your mobile or on the laptop, or from any location. Okay, like Ashwin, yesterday you were in some other location, correct? So you could even access it there also if you wanted. Why? Because the entire software is running on a central server, and you are only bringing it to your front end browser, correct? So it does not matter which browser you are using, which location you are in, which device you are using, doesn't matter. So the advantage of server side program is you can be very you can be mobile, you can move around, and one more advantage is you can save the data from multiple locations. So if many users are working on the same software, like for example Nazia is also updating, Ashwin is also, both of you are updating, and when you are updating the data at the same time, the software is saving both of your data, correct? So if the software is sitting on your laptop on the browser, then how will you save both the data, correct? So you need a central location where centrally on the backend server all these data are getting stored, both Ashwin's data and Nazia's data. So this is another very, very major advantage of using a server side program. Okay, background about PHP. So PHP was built many years ago, and PHP has become one of the largest uh, uh, programming language that is being used on the web, on the internet. In fact, PHP has become so popular that I can even say maybe 80-90% of the websites in the world are running on PHP. Even the most popular content management system, WordPress, is running on PHP. And PHP is created on top of C language, on top of C compiler or C language. Okay, that is how the PHP programming language was created, and it was created initially with a main intention to help to make web applications. That is the reason why PHP was first created. So it is one of the most popular programming languages to create web applications, websites, any dynamic websites and all that. Okay, so what is Linux and Windows server? So we have basically two different types of server, Linux and Windows. Linux is of course a server which runs on a Linux machine. Windows is something that runs on a Windows. Now why are we discussing about this server? The reason is because PHP code requires a server for it to run. Okay, and on a Linux machine, what I know is, I mean, I've not used a Linux machine, but on a Linux machine, PHP code runs directly, whereas on a Windows, you must have a separate server installed. Okay, so for Windows, we can have two different types of servers. One is WAMP, W-A-M-P, and the second one is XAMPP, X-A-M-P, XAMPP server. Okay, so for our course, we usually recommend XAMPP because it's a universal server. You can install it on Windows or Mac. So we usually tell go ahead with XAMPP server. So basically what we are doing is, on our laptop itself, we are creating a server environment where the backend will be maintained on the server side, that is using the XAMPP server, and the front end will be the browser. Okay, so in the same laptop, in the same machine itself, we are creating both backend and front end together. Okay, so this awareness is very, very important. You should really understand that though you are working on your laptop with a PHP code, you are actually working in two different environments. You are working on the backend and on the front end. Okay, so when you're writing a PHP code, you should remember that that PHP code runs only on the server. It does not run on the front end. Okay, when you're writing a PHP code inside that less than question mark PHP and close it with a greater this PHP or question mark this greater than symbol, when you're putting a PHP code, you must understand that that particular PHP code is run only on the server side, okay, on the exam server, and it is not sent to the browser. None of the PHP codes comes to the browser, to the front end. Okay, only whatever is rendered with the PHP on the server, whatever is rendered, like for example with echo statement, you have echo in PHP, whatever you do as echo, that only comes to the front end browser. The PHP code does not come to the front end. It runs only on the server. Okay. So, and whatever HTML you put in the server side on your code, it does not run on the server. All the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all these things does not run on the server. They are sent to the front and it runs only on the browser in the front end. Is it clear? So PHP runs on the server only, whereas HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, jQuery, all those things runs in the front end only. They don't run on different places. Is it clear? Because this particular understanding is very, very important when you're trying to develop a software. Of course, when I say this, yeah, Nazia, go ahead, ask the question.
Sir, I'm not asking questions. Sir, just a second, sir. Someone is calling.
Okay. Okay, she is left anyway. She will be coming to this place, so, and this recording also will be shared. So I'll continue so that we can save time. Oh, okay, she's back. Yeah, Nazia, can we continue? Yeah, okay. So though I told about this backend and front end, PHP being server side and HTML and all that being front end, or you take jQuery and all that is front end. Nowadays, what happens is you can learn JavaScript and you can run a code both in the front end and back end. So now, so by using something known as Node, okay, Node.js. So you can use Node and you can use the same front end programming language, that is JavaScript, and you can run it on the back end also. Okay, so there is no need for nowadays. There is no need for learning two different programming languages like PHP and jQuery. There is no need actually nowadays. But however, for the sake of learning and for the sake of understanding and really experiencing the front end and back end differences, we will go ahead with what we are doing. Clear? So we recommend exam server. Okay, next is we will discuss a little bit about variables and other topics also. So variables, of course, by now both of you should definitely be knowing. It is to put it in very simple English terms, variable is nothing but something similar to containers. Like in our kitchen, when we want to put water or we want to put milk or any other liquid that we want to put, we can use the same container and clean and put the other one. Okay, so that container is similar to a variable. So inside a variable, you can put any value. You can put integers, you can put characters, you can put decimal, you can put boolean like true or false. So you can have any value inside a variable. Same way in your kitchen, in a vessel, you can put anything. You can put rice, you can put dal, you can put water, you can put milk. So a variable is nothing but a storage of values, different kinds of values. Okay, so in PHP also you have variables. Every programming language you have variables. Okay, so of course you both are already using it, so I'm not continuing. But Nazia, do you have any doubts on variables? Since you're working with Bootstrap, I'm asking you. Okay, fine. So the next one is echo. So echo statement is used for uh, rendering or sending any information like string or HTML code or anything from the server side to the front end. Okay, from your Apache exam server to the browser. So if you want to send something to the front end, you have to use echo. Clear? The next one is conditional statements. So Conditional statements are nothing but if else. So conditionals like if else, conditions that you use. If else is one kind of condition. Another type of condition is switch statement. So even switch statements are also conditional statements. So you can have switch a condition, and then you can have different switch by checking of or a particular value with which you want that variable to the variable that you're receiving, switch variable. And below that you can have different conditions, different value conditions, and you can execute different code. So switch also is considered to be a conditional statement. Do you have any question about switch? Do you want me to explain about switch, or do you already know about switch? Ashwin, Nazia.
Can you please once again tell me about the echo, sir? I can't understand.
Okay, about echo. So echo, Nazia, did you understand about server side and client side programs? Can you explain what it is?
So server side program means which is work on our backend, sir.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the client side means which is sent to the suppose that if I am working on something, okay,
Okay.
and I work on what I have worked, and it is connected to the backend means the programming languages we use it's our backend side, or the person who is working on it means which is using on it is client side, sir.
Browser, whatever comes to the browser is a client side.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it clear, Nazia?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so whatever you do on the backend server like Apache server, that is exam, is a backend server side code, and whatever is sent to the browser is a front end code. Do you understand? Is it clear? Okay, so my question to you, Nazia, is PHP a backend server code or a front end server code?
The
Front
PHP
end.
is the backend server code, sir. No, nowadays means you said that JavaScript is used for both the backend and frontend, but PHP is only for the backend side, sir.
Okay.
We
Okay.
can't use it as on front side.
Great. HTML is server side or client side?
Hello?
Yeah.
Sir, HTML is a client side, sir.
Okay. So echo is used when you want to send some information from server side to client side. Is it clear? Nazia, is it clear?
Yes, sir, I understand.
Okay. Yeah. So whenever you want to send some information from the client, from the server side to the client side, you use echo statement. Clear? Okay, great. So next is conditional statements. I was asking, in conditional statements, do you want me to explain about switch, or shall I continue with loops? Or do you have any doubts with switch?
Continue. Sir, tell me once again, sir. Switch.
Okay. See, what I would recommend is, whenever you have some details like this, you can always check on the internet. So how do you check on the internet? PHP switch. Okay, switch case or switch. So if you see here, W3 schools has details on switch statement. So this is how the switch statements looks like. Okay, so you put a switch and a variable. Okay, and you put different cases like this. So case value number 1, what should be done, and then break. And then case 2, case label 2 or value 2, what has to be done, and break. Like that you can have any number of cases. Okay, and the final one will be default. That is, if none of these cases work, then it will come here.
Yes,
Okay.
I know the switch, but I have a little bit confusion. That's why I'm asking.
Sure, no problem. Okay, So next we'll go to loops. I'll tell a little bit about loops and then we'll close for today. So Nazia, you're still working on the bootstrap layout, and then after that you're supposed to be creating the entire website on the server on a string and echoing it. Okay, so Ashwin, of course, you are going to do those two changes that we discussed right now. So then tomorrow we will check how you're doing it, and if you're unable to do it, I can guide you or I can see how to direct you in the right direction. Okay. So loops are basically if you want to repeat certain steps in your software. Okay. So that is when you will use loops. So for example, 7 days in a week, you have from Monday to Sunday. So this Monday to Sunday will keep repeating forever. Okay. So 7 days will keep repeating. Something like that. Whenever you want to have a repetition of what you want to do, that is when you will use loops. So in loops, there are different types of loops. You have while loop, do while loop, for loop, and one of the unique loops or a different type of loop is for each loop, which Ashwin had used in his code. So for each loop is used when you have arrays. When you want to loop through the arrays, if you have an array where you store values in different indices of the array, like array of 0, array of 1, array of 2, when you're storing values in an array, to loop through each of these values in an array, that is when you use for each. Okay, so that's it. This is the basic information about this PHP. So what we will do tomorrow is, Nazia, whatever doubts you have when you're going through this, we'll clear that. And Ashwin, whatever you're able to do with the homework, we will review that, and any doubts you have, we'll clear it tomorrow. Okay. So all the best for both of you. Please complete minimum 8 hours every day. There is no upper limit. You can go to 10, 12, 14. There's no upper limit. You decide how much time you want to invest in studying. The more committed you are, the more confident we will feel to take you as a software trainee. Okay, as our team member. So all the best to you. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask? Okay, so we'll close. So tomorrow's class, maybe today night or tomorrow morning, the link will be shared. So please join. Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. All the best.